You were always there beside me, Mama. I thank God for you, Mama. Mama, I thank God for you, Mama. I thank God for you, Mama. I thank God for you, Mama. I thank God for you. Even in the rainy days, you were always there beside me, Mama. I thank God for you, Mama. I thank God for you. Let me tell you a story about a girl and her mother. The girl was so beautiful for the eyes to behold. Like the mother was the figure, so bad for eyes to see. And because of this, the girl despised her mother. She told her mother, anytime you see me with my friends, find somewhere to hide until my friends have gone away. And so out of love, Mama, every day. Yeah. It was one afternoon, Mama went to sleep. Girl came again with her friends, and they were having fun time.
Well, it's good to be back behind this microphone. We say good evening to good morning. I'm Alfonso Zen. So,
The living room, behold the girl and her friends. When she saw her mother, she ran to her mama, who told you to
I
show
want to welcome all of my good people here. Do I want to welcome my man Share right here from the ocean state of Rhode Island, Sarah George, and Jerome Swanzert, and I see Nancy Cole, and of course Camilla Lewis. Welcome in the house of LPR.
I don't mind that woman. I don't know where she comes from. When her friends were done,
Took a break. I almost jumped my air. My guy said, "No, you can't do that." Ah,
she
man.
said, my daughter, I want to tell you a fine story.
Maybe Eduardo will tell all the stories, some of the political G's that is happening inside Liberia and outside of Liberia.
When you were only a baby, I thought you very well.
That's the voice of Gosport Ambassador Adam Cavent, hovering right here on the Diaspora Informative News Outlet, Liberia Public Radio.
Then I went to the market to prepare food for your papa. On my way back, the whole house was on fire. Everybody was shouting and waving and running in total confusion.
The president making numerous appointments in government.
My baby was there, and I knew through the fire, oh, my future was there. I went through that fire.
And believe me, come September 9, September the 5th, going to be a big one here, right here. It's on the Diaspora Informative News Outlet. It's not it's going to be a really fascinating show.
Money, but I went through the fire to take my baby with me. That's why you see, I got fun.
If you're like me, your mom is not feeling well here, I want to do this as a special treat for the Get Well treat. For loving mothers, they are so loving. The sacrifices that they made in our behalf, no one does that. The father, we don't care. We leave this problem with the woman.
Will you forsake me? Will you despise me? Because of my condition.
What's the latest news on the radar in Liberia? Uncle sent completing to withdraw exercise according to major news cable outlet from Afghanistan. We want to apologize due to some administrative reasons. Our special guest, Minister Dizioka Wilson, will not be here. So we're going to reschedule him. But notwithstanding, the work of the people has to go on. Information is very much important. Welcome our primetime viewers and listeners, and women right there this morning hours away to listen. This is a commitment to Liberians worldwide across the country have for their country. So it is important for us to have this conversation in a very honest fashion. Ooh. A lot has been unfolding in our absence, and what is going on, who is talking, and how far has it gone? I don't know what kind of child on planet Earth that would not care for his or her mother. You can substitute a mother. You will always have a substitute dad. Stepfather then will always come, but stepmother is a difficult thing. I'm telling you. If you have your mother, you better cherish and love her. Oh man, this song is so inspirational. I am Alfonso Z, and so welcome. Let's get a conversation going.
Two black room audio. My people, our daughter who they call black, now bring the gospel to us. So everybody, know when you get wish, when you get energy, come. So we can sing God's song together. Anybody who get with you, your wish, blessing. If I wait for me, so we can go.
To welcome our viewers and listeners, whatever you are. Thank you for sharing your evening with us, your morning. Thank you. I'm Alfonso Z, and so it's good to be back here after a week. And I miss these great people, our followers, our onliners, your tweet, your comments. We sit down, we review, we go through them. And it is very, very much important. And it is because of you, this is what we are here. So today, we had a post. The Minister of Youth and Sports of the Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Minister Taidi Zoka Wilson, should have been here tonight, but there are some administrative changes coming from our end. So we're going to make up time to accommodate That notwithstanding, we can't still have a conversation. And that what you see here, open mic tonight. A lot of political G's been happening. So I'm not sure whether Amos George and the rest of the folks want to be joining here. But so much been unfolding in recent time. I was out, but I was still keeping one eyes open to see what was happening as well. The president making major appointments at the local municipal government as well. All this unfolding, the oppositions and all of that. But one of the things I'm excited and I can't wait to have this conversation here is this guy, the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, the Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings. He will be joining me right here, and the rest of the LPR crew are going to be having a conversation here. And I believe you're going to be a very genuine one. You're going to be professional. We're going to call him the courtesy. We're going to call him the respect. But what I can guarantee is the questions that we're going to be having. We're going to really go deeper and deeper and have this conversation, because you know what? It's all about Liberia. And so we are not going, it's not going to be like an entertainment. It's not going to be like an amusement here, because you want to hear certain thing here. Perhaps that's where the disappointment going to come from, because we're going to ask questions of substance. Because you know why? We have to hear from these people. Be it opposition, be it a GOL, no one should have an easy pathway. All right. The quality of this network keeps adding on with young brains and talented people. And what is already is in the making. On behalf of the management and staff, and even our contributors, we want to welcome one of the voices in the diaspora here to Mr. Arthur Koluma Zakaman Jr. will be joining the Liberia Public Radio here as a senior contributor and analyst. So we will try to keep it balanced and keep it proportional. But I can tell you another big name is in the making. Perhaps that one going to be a female. And that's why we've been talking. That's what has been our ultimate goals. We want to have this sort of balance, gender balance right here on the Liberia Public Radio. It's a network. So why can't we have female? And our plea is being out there. Apparently it's for unfiltered soy. So at some point in time, we are still working behind the scenes. We're going to be here. Also, we are hoping we are coming to the final conclusion. Who knows, it's going to be a continuing process. Some of our programs are going to be relayed in Liberia. Now, we can for now say, based on to what we know in the conversation, the interview with Mr. Benedict Cummings, Alexander Benedict Cummings, will be held in a battleground of Vanyama, Lofa County, right in the backyard of Jose Nyuma Boyka. One of the longest serving government officials is still in the race. We're going to have that. This is the framework of the CPP, the collaborations of the 4 political parties. This one was adopted the April the 25th, 2020. Right, it said the collaborative framework document for collaborating political parties: Unity Party, Liberty Party, Alternative National Congress, and All Liberian Party. They are the group put together. What is the essence of the collaboration? I'm trying to process it to figure out why they decided to come together as a collaborating force. Was this done genuinely? Was there some sort of strategic meeting? Or it was just something hastily put together because we have a government or we have a system perhaps that is not serving the goodness of the people? So why is all of this hulabala is unfolding within the collaboration? And people are saying it will be okay before 2023. And then when I hear that, I begin to scratch my ears, because our political leaders, our politicians, they do not have that tolerance. They're yet to be full grown into the real work of politics. If you agree with them for the last time around, they're going to take it to the end of the world. No sort of forgiveness. It wasn't workable that I can say in the Western world. We saw that unfolding between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. it was crazy. It was deadly. It was off the hook. But you know what? They decided to come together as a people, and later on, Hillary Clinton was incorporated. But if I see what is unfolding right now with the Liberty Party, Unity Party, ANC is getting beat up. One of the funniest, the straight bullet point guy, Amos George, is a senior contributor of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. He's based in Atlanta, Georgia. This evening here is open, so we're going to be focusing here. And if you have a question, begin to send your question to us here at Liberia Public Radio. We will be having conversation with ANC Alexander Cummings. And we hope to reach out to the boycott folks as well. If he's not sure, if people don't create a sort of barricade, if they can bring him here, it would be great. So let me go to Atlanta, Georgia, where our senior contributor, Amos George, is standing by. I'm going to bring him here. Let me get his take. The coming of Alexander Benedict Cummings. What is running through his head? What do you think going to happen here? Will Cummings make the case? Let me bring in Amos George here. Is our senior contributor to the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. Mr. George, good evening. I was the 1 week was like a whole year because I couldn't hear your voice. I could not hear the Liberal voice. I could not hear Mr. Jackson. And I, as the Liberal call the CDC professor, I say Labozavo. Good evening.
How you doing, Mr. So? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hearing you loud and clear.
Okay.
All right. I'm not sure what's going on with your camera, but hopefully it.
Why? It's not straight?
No, it's straight, but I'm not sure why I'm not getting your image here. Let me see here. Let me see. I was trying to bring it back again. I'm not sure what was it happening here, but okay. Let's see here. Let's get it back here together. All right. Are you there now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think it's much.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you now. All right. I think you need to get that. It's okay. All right. I think we're seeing your image now. Good evening.
How are you? How you doing, sir?
Good. Welcome. Okay. How was the week? What's the G's been going on? I know you've been monitoring what's happening.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's just too much going on. You know,
too much of political drama, right?
Yeah, government side, opposition side, it's just too much.
Why do you think is it like that? Why people can't keep the focus for at least a week to end? Every other day, some sort of drama will just unleash. Why do you think it's like that?
Well, it depends the government you have. If they don't have control over what they're doing, this is what you will see.
So is that only the government, you think?
Only the opposition got their own problem going too. I mean, recently we saw the saga between Liberty Party chairman and the political leader. Then Dallas Dillon jumping into it. So then the week before that was Mr. Benina Ure. So it's every week, almost every day, it's just something. If it's not from the opposition, it will come from the government.
What is responsible for that?
And then the other thing is the government side, the American ambassador speaking about a corporation in Liberia that is being run by Liberians, a government entity, talking about $2.7 million theft. That is alarming. This man telling Liberians that no free electricity in any part of the world. Do we need an American ambassador to tell our people that? It's like that's an insult to our people, to us.
So on the flip side, that what happens when people behave like a kids, and all we have to direct them after eating, say, go wash the pan, like you're telling a little baby That's what happens when people lose their sense of direction, and to be able to make informed decision, then people got to babysit you.
Yeah, not only losing the sense of direction, but the sense of responsibility. Sure, we say that we are an independent country, and somebody will have to come and tell us, this is what you're doing wrong. You cannot get this free. Someone will have to tell us.
But do you think that we should get it free, first of all?
Well, Mr. So you know what I'm saying. I don't believe in anything free. I'm a capitalist. I believe that everybody should work.
My guess here is I yet to follow the story here, but I can figure out and sense out something where you're going. We can have a conversation here. That is to say, when you cannot take decision, when you cannot properly manage, then they will tell you, say, hey, you're making mess. You're wasting the resources. This is what you're supposed to do as a government, as a people, as a nation. You know, this is the direction you're supposed to go. Then your economy will grow. So perhaps my guess here, that's where they are heading to.
Yeah, but Mr. So I didn't even know. $2.7 million lost in a public corporation. That's almost.
We're talking, it vanished, it's disappeared.
That's almost like a half of the economy, the budget. But
so then, will you agree with me that it was somebody, because some of these people, they invest time, resources, human capacity, training, and all of that. And if they begin to see these resources at your government taxpayer, you pay, I pay, and others pay, but they are also being directed as aid, as assistance to third world countries or poor countries, if you will to say, so that it will help to build, to stimulate the economy and to create job opportunity. Because if these institutions are not sustained, they cannot be maintained. What that happens, these people, the lawmakers, they also people, there are people frown on them. What a meaning. This is what you give, and this is what is happening. So that what happens, that what you get if you cannot just properly manage and you can't give account of things, then somebody got to step in for you.
Yes. And can you imagine sitting election, lawmakers all don't pay light bills? That is, look.
You see, look.
Mr. So here's the thing here. Mm-hmm. The government, and people hate for us, some of us to say government.
Why can't we do it generally? The government. Who is the government? You know, when you say government, you're acting like my late grandma here. I know you're going to make your point. I remember those days, much younger, small, and so she would always say, "Who this government? Government, that old lady, that old man. Who this government? Where this government is? Every time this person intro with government." Anybody they arrest, anybody that is being put behind by government. So where the government, what is the power within this government? And I said, Grandma, you are the government. I said, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing here. And when we come, we give this nomenclature government, then we try to boil down to the head. The head, which is the president, because many people don't let the excuse is the president cannot be everywhere at the same time. But that is not poor excuse, because these people that these lieutenants he bring in, they work directly under his supervision. An ordinary citizen cannot tell the president fire the man and the president fire the director. No. It's the president that make that call. So if you put people in charge of any institution and they are not delivering, why keep them there? Why? Here's the thing. LEC, 2017, I was in Liberia, Mr. So they started planning polls. Up to today, LEC is still complaining about polls. They still complain about meters. They still complain about wires. I do not condone stealing, but these are some of the factors that you see some of the people go out of the way to start the power theft. Yes, people normally will do power theft, but I think if there was enough meters, wires, poles, I think it
Well,
would
here,
reduce.
yeah, is the thing here. I think it is time for us to take our conversations beyond the borderline,
Yeah.
beyond the rail line, to address every aspect and functionaries of government. And
Yeah.
I agree, the top, the executive makes most of the decisions, so that is okay. But I think because of the sort of narrative that we are pushed, it giving a lot of people pass to also not perform. And regrettably, the executive is not doing enough or not taking enough, doing a real crackdown on these people here. You have the three branches of government:
Yeah.
executive, the judiciary, and that is the first branch of government. Now,
Mhm.
you know, I know from time to time, the first branch of government do have oversight and responsibilities on these autonomous agencies of government and other functionaries of government. They are
Yeah.
chair, they are co-chair, they are committees, and they have the authority to bring these people. You see what happens. I mean, it's kind of like sometimes we try to compare it. We do that because we profess to be like a small America, or there's the same sort of government systems that we practice in the country. So even the first branch of government, you see how when the people ready, they can call out the president, even people within their own party. You don't see that happening in Liberia. This
They,
is the
they,
time that I went in here, the people are making use of their forest. You have to pay to go in. So just look at some kind of ugly animal there. That's revenue. Local states, they are also doing everything to bring dividends, and then the federal, are up to it. That's how development grows. I never heard lawmakers or this one, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So why these people they can't change course? Why they themselves, this for God's sake, we're not imitating for the most part. Liberian government style imitates the U.S. government, correct? So
yeah.
why we can move in that direction if we are to kind of elevate to bring the country or to make the country to be what it should be? Why can't we do that?
One, corruption. That's number one.
Where does
Two,
corruption come from? Who has control over corruption?
Mr. So every individual, you decide what is right for you and what is right for your country. These people are not patriots. Many people go into politics to get rich, especially Africa, and Liberia is no exception. So because they go there with that notion that there you can get rich, so they make all the dubious deeds to get the money. So they will not hold anybody who is in public service accountable because they know that they will get something from that person. Now, what I'm saying here, LEC, why they cannot call the managing director and say, look, we gave you 2 months. If this cannot be straightened out, then we'll call on the president to make sure the changes made.
Why should people even be able to say people to tell people to do their job?
But Mr. So this is a system that, because you know what? The managing director feels that the legislature got no, they can call him, but they cannot demand his resignation, which of course they can do if they want to. They can tell the executive that if you don't do those certain things, we'll not do it. You wonder we'll not do it until this decision is taken. You are seeing it before they do it yet. But because of the corrupt system that these people are in, like a club, that they are all part of, they will not want to hold the managing director LEC.
Well, let's come welcome this brother here and any other person else here. But to join us this morning, I will say good morning to LPR family. I'm following from my resident Harper, Maryland County. Oh my goodness, Mr. Y Jefferson D.Y. Thank you so much. People are in search of information. This guy, this man or young whoever he is here, I would say he's a patriotic Liberian. You know what to carry on with data, as they call it in Liberia. Why? Because people are looking for some sort of a hope, restoration, but it's not happening. It's not coming from the politicians. It's not coming from radio hosts. It's not coming from the advocates. It's not coming from the electors, because all of us or everybody have some sort of political agenda, and the overall, the holistic part. Our country, Liberia, is being put to the rear instead of it being at the front. That's the big difference with this country here. Everything here is about the United States of America. But on the other side, on the flip side, I'm sorry to sound this, it might sound so ridiculous. It is about ourselves,
Individuals.
individuals, so that people will be glorified. They will see you as the person. This is the only person. Why should a country, why should an institution to rely on only a single individual? What happens when that person his life is snatched away overnight?
They go back
Everything will lose. This is how the system has been failing from time to time in the country.
Yes. So what I was saying is that, so these guys, because they figured out the legislature cannot do nothing, that the president got the immense power, that once they enjoy the confidence of the president, the legislature cannot do nothing. And the legislature have brought themselves into that kind of situation because why they had not been able to stand up. The same for the Minister of Finance. Take for example, the Minister of Finance sent his deputy. They brought you, the minister, they said, we want you, not your principal deputy, not your assistant, you. And you get that letter, then you send your principal deputy. And what the legislature do, they slap, they say, oh, the minister will, why they cannot call the minister in contempt. You got this letter, but you figure that the people that are down there, they are knuckleheads, so you can do anything because you enjoy the confidence of the president. This is what is helping to spoil the system.
Okay.
They're managing these guys, so this is how they operate. It's like a boss club. And you see, I left like 2000, this almost 4 years now going to. The city and not being able to get full electricity.
That's a good source of income. If government can maybe privatize, I don't know whether it's being privatized.
That's why some, Mr. So this is what some more have been saying. But again, the government doesn't want privatization of the institution because you know what? They will not have to fulfill the bills. Because they do not pay bills, this is why they keep it as fully 100% public corporation. Because if they sold 50% or 75% share in that corporation, the people who put the money there will make decisions. This power tax will reduce. There's water now, no water.
Beyond that, the reason you see here at big institutions, they are first, second, third party, is part of a strategic plan to also create job opportunity for people. So I are dealing with you, are dealing with this sort of, are dealing with Dwalo, are dealing with another person. About one institution, you have 2, 3, multiple people. So before I even think I'm going to kind of like croak you, I have another people to contend with. So they do it in such, it's a very organized and arranged system, purposely meant to strengthen their country as well. But that's not the situation we have. No. You think you ought to go to Korea? Even to right now, they kind of like advance it, but still people tempering it. Let me take a quick commercial commitment, and we'll come back. I want us to focus on the coming interview so that we can give our listeners, maybe we'll open the line soon here, we will not be here. But let's take a quick commercial break, and I will be right back.
My life is brilliant.
Hello, my name is Priscilla Wang. I'm the manager of Ladies in Pink Salon and Boutique. Ladies and things here, we do all kinds of braiding. We do the box braid, we do the bodo braid, we do different kinds of braid. We also do weaving, both human hair and synthetic hair. We do massaging for both male and female. We do pedicure, both male and female. We also do the different kinds of nails. We do the acrylic nails, we do the gel nails, we do the natural nails here at Ladies and Things. We got lace, we got African attire for both male and female. We got African slippers, sandals for male and females. We got a different kinds of jewelries. We got the African jewelries for females, and we got earrings. We got different kinds of stuff. We got discount. Once your first time come here, we gave you 50% discount off. We even got drinks where you would do your hair, you cool yourself up. I'll ask you to visit this place, Ladies and Things Salon and Boutique. You will feel comfortable, you will feel at home because our services is good. I can assure you that.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do.
All right, we want to say thank you to our sponsor. That place there, the late Representative Munant Youngblood Pennant, the former lawmaker of Mosorado County, that was part of her dream, and the mother is currently continuing with that legacy. Hopefully, we're going to have her here. Munant Pennant, Youngblood is a strong stalwart of the ruling establishment, the late Munant Pennant. She's involved in multitudes of I learned that they get a driving school, they get a vocational school, LPRL will be granting a full asset on some of the things that she hoped to have carried on up before her demise. But her mother is carrying on the legacy of the daughter. Though that's a beautiful salon, how you call it, Ladies and Thing. You know, she was there's a big star person to it right there, Capital to Bypass. We want to thank them for the sponsorship. Okay, Per George, this is what we want to do here. There's a big interview ahead of us that has to do with this guy, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings will be appearing on the Liberia Public Radio on the 9th. That will be it, not 9, the 5th. What am I coming from with 999? On the 5th of September, that's next Sunday. The coming Sunday, he's going to be right here. Let's give you a little bit profile. That will even happen before the actual program that we're going to be discussing. Seeing what is happening, seeing what is unfolding, the Darius Dillons versus the abilities saga, and all of that. Costa is on the other side batching the ANC and all of those stuff here. What do you think is happening within the world of the ANC? What exactly ANC needs to do now? How can Alexander Cummings handle this situation?
Well, I think Alexander Cummings is handling the situation right now because, I mean, he's going around making his case why he should be. And you got others on the other side saying no, he should not be. And so this is where the political game is not being played. So I think Mr. Cummings need a little more firebrand. That is, I think he needs more people to come on board to spread a message to the Liberian people what he intends to do if he do become the nominee or president of Liberia. And he himself has been making the case around different networks, and I think he will be coming on our network to continue to make that case. But the thing I'm seeing to some of the folks is that on the other side, they are not giving me any data to tell me why Mr. Boakai is the ultimate. Or they tell you that he won. I mean, he won Lofa County. That's the county, that the county he carried during the 2017 election. Now, if you are telling me that, what is the data to convince me that he can win 15 out of sub-political division, 14 out of political subdivision? Or you just because he won Lofa County, so therefore he can win the general election? Is that the case they're making for him? Then they say, oh, on the other side, they say, Comey is not known. Okay. How long it takes in politics for someone to be known? What that person will have to do? He ran 2017. He came 5th place. Now, up to now, almost 4 years, he had traveled throughout the length and breadth of the country. And you people are making the case that he's not known. So what he need to do now to become known to the Liberian people, to these people who are making the case against him, I don't know. I think the last election, I think he won 50,000 votes in Maserati. So when first time coming into the political arena. And Mr. Boakai, who had been in politics for 40 some more years, was only able to win his home county, Lofa. That's the only county he was able to win.
So this sort of narrative. Let me ask you. This narrative, Comey is not known, Comey is not known. Who is pushing this narrative here, and how is their public relation is coming out forcefully to also debunk that?
That's what I'm saying. I think he need to. That's why I said the communists need to build a stronger team, and because sometimes I get disappointed about so many folks. Leave this personality things, because focus on the positive this man is doing in Liberia. Because these are things you will show people that this man is doing to change life in Liberia. This man has a modern stem cell school in Liberia. Every children have access to laptop. Free. What is the thing being displayed to the public?
So what is lacking within the Communist War? What is lacking? Why is it being defined by other people and they are getting away with it? Why can't that come out as well forcefully? Let me just put this out here quickly. Okay, yeah, go ahead. What I'm trying to.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. You saying this man is an unknown commodity, but the hospital in Lofa, the Royal Hospital, went over above the close. This man went there, paid doctors and nurses. The Muslim Congress School, the university, I read that this man donated a generator costing $25,000 United States dollars to that college. There are other things this man is doing in Liberia. Why wouldn't you people focus to show those things to Liberians?
Are you running a communist campaign here?
You see that now? That's what this one, because sometimes it hurts me. The thing that the people are supposed to be talking about, and when you are seeing a thing, don't be seen like you are angry, because you want to persuade people. These are the things you do to promote this man, because maybe he may not be the right person. He could be, but maybe he's not talking to the audience that you want him to reach. Maybe he's not reaching. So these are the things that the people in the camp should be doing. And most of the things sometimes should be done from back home. Those who are on the ground, who are benefiting from this kind of thing, go there, interview these people. So in my country, the college, the technical college, that this man, the last I saw, he donated a whole lot of material money. These are the things that
They should go to talk to these people are direct beneficiary to these people. But the people going after people, this is not what you're supposed to be doing because you're trying to sell your candidate. On the other side, let the Boakai people come out to show the Liberian people what Mr. Boakai has done as someone in government for 40 years. Let him show the communities. Let him show what things he has done directly to impact the life of those people that he served for the past 40 years. So let it show to the Liberian people. But they are not challenging the people. So this whole lot of noise, no, the noise will not solve the problem. You people come up with issues to challenge your other side. You say McKinney is not known, but these are things McKinney has done for the past year. Tell us what your candidate has done that for the past year to tell us what he's doing to impact somebody's life in the positive direction. These are the debates people should be having. Because when I hear people say, oh, Omen Boakai is the best man to lead the country. But 42 years, let Omen Boakai come out. He got a hometown in Lofa. Let me show the people this is the school I built. This is the clinic we built that's serving the number of people in this community today.
Okay, this is our own LPR. Mr. Jackson say Kumi needs to pay for public relations to LPR. Okay, this is what I want to do. The number is there, 682-433-8802. What we intend to do here on Sunday is to let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, sure, will be out of the bag.
I'm going to be breaking my analysts. Some of them have political affiliations. They are Eluda here, which is okay. When there's a full disclosure, that is good. So the interview going to be a different one. It's not going to be like those interview you see around here, for entertainment to amuse people. No. Our country is in a very serious situation, and all of those that are seeking state offices, including that of Mr. Ty Cummings, we need to give them the opportunity. We need to have a genuine and authentic conversation so we can have something on them. So we're going to bring in the analysts. They're going to profile, give their views, they give their opinions, what they think they're going to be hearing. And right after that, because I'm going to be going strictly like exclusive with him. I already started doing my homework. I'm going to be going strictly exclusive, and most of those things are going to be policies oriented. I don't need to tell him, but I know he's a hip guy here. Yeah. So the number there is 682, because it's not going to be it's not a town hall for people to call, because some of the people when they call, their questions is just completely off track. A disposition, even the facilitator, the angle. And these questions, some of them, CDC men will ask CDC question. Liberty Party men will ask Liberty Party question. ANC men will throw the ANC question. That is not my goal. My goal here, I'm going to be taking a holistic approach to his quest of wanting to be president of the Republic of Liberia. So it's not. I'm not going to prepare oatmeal here and give it to him. And that's one of the reasons most of these people, they don't like to come, because sometimes they want to get a heads up. But it is fair to give you an outline, things that we want to be talking about.
Yeah.
It's a real conversation we want to be having here. There are a lot of things going on within our political corridor, at home, and here, and all of that. How he came to this collaboration. What is the way forward here? Is this pledge delegate something that they have created? Because I've been performing a surgical operation here to readings and going through this framework. And there are a lot of questions here too we're going to be asking. It is fair that we ask this question. And we'll also give Ambassador Joseph Newman Boycott, the liberal progressive guy. We're also going to give them the opportunity if he can come here. But I want to give credit to the newly appointed Chief of Staff Office Staff to Mr. Cummings, Isaac Tukba. That's what I like, people who are organized and people of their word. I don't like this sort of kitty games here, because at least we know who to communicate with. And when I sent him a message on the Facebook, he responded asking, can I host, can I have Mr. Cummings on our program? And he told me something to do, and I did exactly. Okay, send a request, and I will forward it over, and I can tell you whatever the situation is, I will let you know, even if it is yes. And I know Kumi will not say yes if the time is something. And believe me, in 24 hours, communication will change back and forth, and that came into play. That's how institutions should run. If you give people a task, let them do their job. Let them do their job. I don't know who is a public relation. I don't know who is a communication person to Joseph Boyka. If you call George Lobo will give you one number and give you the other number and give you, and you will call and call and call, and nobody. They tell you right, no response, nothing. These people shield these people here. They have built a corridor, and that is very dangerous for our country. You can't have people who are seeking for high profile, the higher positions of the land. You want to be president, and you want to be selective to talk to people. Maybe you want to go sit down with George Lobo, so George Lobo will give you a breakfast in the morning. You want to go sit down on Costa show, and you had a chit chat, and you want to be president of the Republic of Liberia, or you want to go to Spoon TV and they'll create some sort of drama and all of that. Yes, they have the right to go what. But I think these people here, and I think that's one of the things that we need to demand, and maybe form a collaboration. These people, they need to. And it's left with us to, Per George, how we want to coordinate and organize ourselves. These people need to have a debate. We have a stake into this whole process in Liberia. We do.
No, I mean, Mr. So you are right. We do have a stake. I mean, take it or not, we do have a stake in the country because we are attached to the country. We are part of the country. Every year, if 900,000 Liberians goes home, besides that, they make financial contribution to the country yearly. So there's no way we can sit and say, no, it's the people thing. And this is one something I said. This is the same mistake we are making. That today that got George Weah in power. When George Weah told the people he need debate, people said, well, okay. You cannot tell the people how you're going to drive them, how you're going to carry them, how you're going to implement the policy. You cannot tell the people. But they said, well, okay. Now today, see, people are making noise. Because if Mr. Cummings will be coming here, and we want to know from him so many things. How are you going to take this country to this level? Why he think he can do it? And how are you going to do it? Who are the people around him? These are the questions you ask them. It makes people to make a decision to say, okay, this person, what they're saying, and the people I see surrounding him, I think they can move this country in the direction. But 2017, no. The current president said you are not going to debate, was not important. And the people bought it. The media bought it. Instead of the media demanding that, look, if you don't come to the debate, we're not going to cover you because the Liberian people have the right to know what the leader is going to do and how he's going to do it. And who are the people surrounding this leader? What has he done? It is our business. Now we cannot make that mistake again. All these surrogates can talk. But at the end of the day, we want to hear from the candidates what they're proposing, what they're suggesting, how they are going to accomplish those goals. The Liberian people must be informed. So if the people are voting, they will know exactly what they're voting for. It is very important that we do it. And here's the thing. The downside of these people, sharing these people, you hide them because they don't get out there to hear what the people want to say and to answer this question. The day now they appear somewhere, then they go and make all the blunders. And you say, oh, this and that. But yes, make your candidate available. Let it go around. Once they go to a platform that they are respected, they should go around the other platform to make the case. Explain to the Liberian people how they want to change the country. Today, we have a country that yesterday said they wanted to change. Today, the change is for worse now. Because why? This issue was not articulated fully to the Liberian people. But again, the voters said that was the right decision to make. So they are also part of it because
are we also contributors to what happens in Liberia?
Yeah. Yes. We are a major contributor to what is happening today because the citizens, they have the right, they have the power.
So if we are major, do you think we have done enough to change that narrative?
No, we are not done enough yet. Because why I'm saying we are not done enough yet? Because we are not sending the message to these people that you got to tell us. You don't have to come to a person, but you got to go on the public platforms to explain, to make your case. Not only network that you are friendly with, you can go to any network that will respect you. That's the only thing. Okay? So you can go to the network and make your case. Let the people call and let them answer these questions. But we're sitting down and thinking only around our candidate.
Yes, this strategy here, more or less, what I've realized in the politics of Liberia here, more or less, which will focus only on the executive, and we leave the first branch of government out. We don't question these people that want to be lawmakers because they're going to lay the foundation. They're going to lay the foundation. They hold the executive branch accountable. These people come here, we give them money. They raise tons of dollars. They don't disclose who they are donors. They don't make no report. If I'm now a Liberty Party president and I raise such a concern, somebody going to tell me, what the heck are you talking about? You're not even one of us. What you want to know? Your money is not inside. Jesse Jackson Jr. is behind bars today because of misappropriations of campaign money. But it's not like that. People raise the money, they give the money, who giving, who not giving, we have no idea. That itself is being, you are also corrupting the system.
Yes.
And you have people here who defend these people to the core belly.
Yeah, and it is wrong. But again, the Election Commission has the law on the book that the people must disclose their source. So the Election Commission, these are the institutions that are supposed to hold these politicians accountable. But then again, they too are helping to spoil the system. Because when you're supposed to record all the financial reports and the donors. Because why it is important? It is important the donor to know the donors. So tomorrow, when that office is awarding contract to people, you get to know how these people are getting the contracts. Whether it was transparent or not, you get to know because you got a donor list. Why this person got this contract? They contribute to this campaign. Now, is the process fair? Was it open?
But I can vehemently say here, I don't know of my state representative, congressman, or senator. I don't see him when he goes to Capitol Hill. He advocates that maybe Pawtucket Bridge needs to be rebuilt. It's outdated. It needs to be upgraded to the 21st century. That's what he does, and he talks for his state, and the federal provide the funding. They don't can't say, let me can't raise money, or I'm going to build it, because these people are just looking for political attention, and they have the ability. They have to see the last budget, how much they are allotted to themselves. Again, it's all about themselves. It's all. So if you are doing that as a lawmaker, all of these people, they're no different. They are the same people. I don't know why people are killing them. That this one doing better. You know, it reminds me of this same old syndrome with the Lone Star team. They were trophy with this today, and we never brought any prestigious trophy in Liberia. They were. That's what they are telling these politicians. At least this person is doing this. All of these lawmakers, I can tell you, they all have
projects,
some kind of project, or they have their own NGOs. All right, they're who's supposed to vet people for whatever thing they're supposed to go through those processes and stuff like that. They all have their own interests. So as the result, if you are ordinary Liberians striving to make ends meet, to get to the job ladder, you can get it, because all the 123, You either get the health error, I get the other side. So if it comes, they do it as a circulation among themselves. Emma Joy get it today, the next day come to Alfonso So. The next day go to Samson To. The next day go to Mr. Jackson. So what becomes of the ordinary person like Abraham Bengu, who is putting his institution together and have the capacity, have the manpower, you know? That's how this country, when it comes to give it to NGOs, they give it to different organizations. Because what that does, it creates job. It makes people to get busy. But it's not with our people. It is not. And they do it, they reward themselves contract that comes to government. They reward themselves. The money goes back to them. And a few people within their cycle becomes the direct beneficiary. So meaning, if the entire country, if Bond County is Grand Gita is supposed to be benefited, few handful of people already claim over that. And so there is no flow in the catch. There's no flow of money because it just comes from you, it comes to me. From me, it go to you, go to something. It just among 3%. That's not, you can't operate government like that.
No, and let me give you one example. The guy was telling me from Bond County, the former representative, Senator Henry Yala. The gold mine, the guy had a security contract. Can you imagine? A senator, former senator from Bond County, but then senator at the time. His security company was the one that was taking out the gold mine in the county. Don't you think that contract should have been left for an ordinary citizen to go and get that contract? No, but a senator got a security firm in for a mining company. You see how criminal these people are.
First of all, before they give you, they need to know your asset. They don't want to give people. You don't get 5 cents. They can't give you $1 million when you don't even have anything as a collateral when things go wrong for them to take your property. That's what the people do here. Before they give you contract, they got to know your asset. It must be equivalent all over than what you got to, because if you default, they will go back there. But that's not what happens. The bank don't just gonna give you money.
No, the banks in Liberia, who they give money to hire lender to? If it's not a Lebanese boy, it's the government official. The man go say he mortgaged his salary. That is, he wants certain thousands of dollars on that. Every month he paid that. Is that job? Is it a guarantee? That's a government job. That's a public appointment job. He can be fired anytime. But they gave what? These are people who have access to the money.
Let's come back home here. Like I said, I'm making the preparation and it's a learning process. And folks, the number is out there. Seeing what is happening within the CPP, this sort of process, their collaboration here is, I would say, is on life support. Seeing what is unfolding here. And there is a provision. Can Cummins stay in this collaboration and survive? What he needs to do right now?
Politics is all about numbers. It's a dirty game. So if the system is free and fair, then I believe Mr. Cummins will stay. But
what constitutes free and fair, Pa George?
Well, according to the policy, what is it? What the layout, if it is go through like that, we all know by tampering. But then I heard something the other day. Somebody speaking out, they say, I'm the pledge delegate.
Yes.
That the delegate must sign before they go. If they sign, and when they go into the hall, if they change their vote, it will not stand.
What they're trying to do, USA super delegate, and what they want, so they change their own pledge now.
Yeah. So you can see now, some people want to move the goalpost now. Because let me tell you one thing. What I hear from the other side of the Bargaian camp, they are not saying they're afraid of coming. They are saying that he might use cash violence.
Oh, I don't, I've been hearing these sort of, those are silly talks. If you don't have money, don't get into election. You think that election have money? You know
They
how
are not saying.
you know how
for the
much
money.
Michael Bloomberg pumped into Joe Biden's campaign for
Okay.
Florida? You
So
think election at Jeffrey talk? Popular
that's why
relations
I'm
is
hearing.
costly.
Yeah, that's why I'm hearing from the other camp that if this thing remain like this, then they will not have a hope because they say, Cummings got money, he can buy the delegates. That's what.
Banana, you already got money. You can buy for
So,
Joe Biden.
what I hearing now, they want to try to move the goalpost a little bit now again. And these are some of the things that will break the institution down. Because everybody now, what is on the paper is what people should stick to. But
so yeah, what it tells me, Mr. George. It is a classical interpretation to me that these people came together without no strategic plan. There was no short term, there was no long term. But something just kicked in. Let's do this. It will create a political fear into the establishment. You don't approach things, you don't have some sort of quick fix like that. Politics is not stagnant. So that's why when you're getting into an agreement, so what is the Liberty Party political ideology? What is the ANC political ideology? What is the Unity Party political ideology? What is the ALP political ideology? Is there some sort of resemblance in their way of doing things? If not, probably not. But how many meetings really took place? How many technical meetings were held for them to come to this point here? And one of the things that I saw, and I raised that concern here, was because I go through unless there are any other document that they have besides this framework, and that's what I'm going to be asking Cummings as well. Is there any other document besides this framework? Contingent upon the answer that he's going to provide me, that will be the second question. Then the second question going to come. But with this, and saying what is happening, they're taking the top to instead of taking the bottom to top, they are taking the top to bottom to approach.
yes,
and that's where this whole problem is coming from.
And let me tell you one thing again. Everybody that went to this collaboration, they went in with certain mindset, but they did not realize something that was going to come about, and it will serve as a handicap to some people, which one, the financial aspect of this whole institution. Second, they were thinking that they were going to gain against somebody easily to ride that person. But if you look at this child has so much so that trying to find a way around the town. So now it becoming.
Do you think right now, if you really go within the wall of ANC, do you think they trust this process as we speak, seeing what is unfolding?
They trust it because you see, you can only tamper with the document because there's document that they have now. You can't tweak it again because anything you want to do, it will raise alarm. So they can't go back now to insert something that was not there before. So now the ANC people now, they are gaining some steam.
What? He said, somebody said, Anthony said you're trying to call? I don't know. Go ahead. Let me try. Go ahead, try Joy.
So the ANC people now, they got some confidence that they are gaining some steam in this work. Because they said there are 1,002 delegates. Okay. So if you can get 700, that means you claim the nomination.
Oh, gentlemen, I'm so sorry. I went out of time and I just completely forgot about LPR line. So, Anthony, you are quite correct. And unfortunately, this one here does not have. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's no way that I can take phone. I didn't even realize that today. So right now, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the problem now. How do you go back now to change that? You want to change the narrative. You can't change it again because the document you put there, you have to work with it. Now the delegate line is that is where now this whole ball game is now centered around who can get more delegates, and the framework they have laid out how the delegate will go about selecting the candidates. So Barker got to work hard, Cummings got to work hard, Benny Ayure got to work hard.
Well, the question becomes, if they are to go with this delegate here, we try to figure out here, we're not going to be here for long here. I just try to get this. The minister, there's some other plans, so we change it. I'm wondering here whether these, if they are going to pledge delegates, would that be a public? Would they public just individual names?
No, I don't think they will publish. I will just give the numbers. I don't think they will publish the names. I don't. Maybe the name will be public afterward. So
then how does one lobby?
Oh, like you know that if they say maybe.
No, I'm asking if ANC, I think it's 350.
Yeah.
If ANC select her delegate,
yeah.
ALP, Unity Party, Liberty Party, they are formed a collaborations, which asset to me from ANC, from Liberty Party, from Unity Party, from ALP to go in there to make my case.
Yes.
So are you saying, and I'm interested, I don't know this line here tonight, maybe turning was running. So why they can't make those people name? How can these people canvas with these people? If they
I think they will count the total delegate in the hall.
It's not a matter of total. The total, they should know the individual. They're not going to know.
Yeah. No, the individual. Yeah, it will be like a roll call.
No, it will be done ahead of time or at the convention.
No, I think this will be selected. Then I think they will go to the convention, and at the convention is where they're going to nominate the standard bearer. So. I think so. So, but
we have to verify. That because
So, and you saw what happened in Nima County during that senatorial election. It was said that all the political leaders agreed not to go up to Nima. That the people should go there and have the convention. 24 hours, the evening of the convention, Benny Ayure went up there and said that tip order, the ANC had bought all the delegates. So he withdrew, he dismissed the entire delegate from participating.
Now, Kwame has been accused. I don't know whether they have factual, there's evidence that, he's buying people and people are leaving this. Is it a recipe for a chaotic situation at the end of the day that the man he uses money? Of course, if you don't have money, you can't get into election.
Mr. So
it is money that makes you to win election. This is why the people that spend billions of dollars, tons of money on public relations to get your message to go through. If you're a broker like me and I don't want to say something that sounds ridiculous here. If you're a broker and you don't have something, you can't get into election because your message will be left halfway. Your message will not reach the people that it should reach. Sometimes you even have the message, sometimes you have the money too, and it is not given to the rightful people that start halfway and come by and say, "Oh, gee, everything is okay."
Yeah.
So it's a win and take. It's anyone's game.
And Mr. Soul, that's a lazy argument people are making. Just what you said, let me butcher what you're saying. That's a lazy argument you're making.
I didn't realize this line was having issue today. Go ahead.
How you saying, and where's the evidence to say this man giving this person money? But even if the man
who doesn't have money, why are you think they're running all over here like little chihuahua and talking all over here?
To start complaining that somebody is giving people money, that's why they go into the person. Well, then why can't you do the same thing? That's a competition. If you think you're giving me money that will come towards you, then the other people too can come and say, "My man, the man offer you 10, I can give you 15, I'll come and join us." This is what we want. But you have to say that
you go apply for a job here, one day paying you something, another one paying you no insurance, nothing that you think. Why you think There's a
You want to take the job
that's
that
not a preference. You gotta go to
so
where your family gonna live on.
so this argument and they start putting on it tell you that these people are not winning this argument. They are seeing something that some are not seeing. Because if you think money is not powerful, then just continue your campaign. Go and talk to the people. If you think money is not powerful, money and politics goes together. Money and politics goes together. So when I hear the person, oh, Mr. Comey is using his money, but why are you using yours? He's not taking your money. He's taking your money. I can see the company.
You know, Fanti Messering a bony, fan bony. Mr. Comey is certainly gaining momentum and he will win the nomination.
Oh, Lord.
If they play the rules.
If
they play by the rules, now there's a sort of condition being created. So it is all of these groups' responsibility to make sure whatever rules are being constituted or put in place, it should be followed to the letter. Nobody should tamper with it.
Yes.
So Mr. Chair here is saying how are delegates selected from each party? Is it proportional? That's a very good question.
I think 3-something.
Yeah, I think 350. Yeah, 350. That should be. I think it should be equal. But I'm not sure what is the best way to go, considering how people can already manipulate the system. These people most of these people they're not gonna look at people agenda. They're not gonna look at some of the people's argument being made of a long time. They have made a decision. Oh, Mr. Joy with Joseph Boyka, so I'm going there. Oh, Anthony Gay with Alexander. Anthony Gay are my friend. But they're not even going to question what is on the plate for Cummings, for which they're going to call it. So these people. So I'm not sure. I don't know what is it.
This is the crucial area now these people are reaching, because these delegates that you people are going to select from your different parties, you people are given a huge responsibility. And with 350 persons, it's completely loyal to you.
Yeah, okay. You see, this is what I'm talking here, and this is what Anthony tweeted here, because I've gone through this here, and that's what I really want to know, whether there is another hidden document for political parties. And if, then why was that hidden from the Liberian people? They are not seeking these offices for themselves. It's for us to represent us. And there's nothing. I have perused through this here. I didn't see anything here. And you can't see any technical. So I see this was something that was just hastily done, I would say overnight, even though it was a long period of time. But I don't know how many conversations were held behind the scene. ANC, Liberty Party, Unity Party, ALP, before arriving at this point.
And so you see,
let me enjoy something here that sounds ridiculous here. COP, is that the Council of Patriots?
Yeah.
Is that the name for them that they are currently named COP, right?
Yeah.
What fish do they have to fry in this year? COP should be a pressure group, correct?
Yeah.
COP should be a pressure group. And it seems to tie in with a specific group of political parties. And I can remember one of the interviews with on Costa show. I'm not sure whether he Cummings was the chairperson of the COP that time. They were trying to seek a position or a committee.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And I think Cummings rejected that.
Yeah.
And that's some of the things we're going to be talking here, because there is a path here to get us to be where we are.
Yeah.
So why are they part of? They are not a registered political party. It's a pressure group, and it's so weird to me to see a pressure group to be so deeply involved, and they are taking positions, they are taking side, and when they should be more or less to be the deal breaker. Look at all of these political institutions and those that have the actual standing and have a good agenda, more or less, I'm not sure.
No, but
How did they begin factor with this whole collaboration of CPP?
Because they said that they wanted to be, they wanted to be. In fact, they were pushing a very hard line that they should be part of the decision making. And I think Mr.
How can you be a decision maker when you are not a flag, when you are not a political party? You're not a registered political party.
No. So I think that one Mr. Cummings pushed back. And then I said no. But this is the thing that
if that's the case, then he was right. So I want to know, because I don't see any, I don't know whether there was other bilateral, some sort of, or whether it was a gentleman arrangement, agreement, that, but everything that I see in here is also CPP, that which has to do with the 4 major political parties.
They are not, COP is not part of it. They reject, Mr. Cummings, I think rejected it. And I think Mr. Cummings was one of those who were pushing that line that they should not, because, and there's no need, because this group said they are pressure group. And if you are pressure group, why you want to go to join a collaboration of political parties?
I think basically there should be like a reference, and because they are inside, I don't understand, and that just comes to the point of hostility, because there should be like a deal breaker in this thing here. There should be like a deal breaker to say, oh, you know what? Maybe we are pushing for good governance. We are pushing for this. We are pushing for this. Our ideology more or less resembles that of ANC, resembles that of ALP, Liberty Party, or Unity Party. So we, from this end, we're going to do it. You remember during the last time, during the midterm year, how you think the Tea Party came? Yeah. They are all fanatic of the Republican. Yes. But more or less, they were pushing to the conservative agenda. Yes. So what they were doing was they were going into these various states to see someone who recruiting or someone who believes in their ideology and to push them. But that's not what our people. These our people here. They say they are advocates, but they all have a political agenda. They have a political government on, and you say you want to be part. I don't get it.
But you can see the leader, Mr. Costa. First, the LP. That's his political party.
Mr. Colley, I kind of agree. COP is another pressure group, but and CPP wing. CPP wing accelerate?
No.
Yeah. So then, how? They are misinterpretation here, because we've been hearing them. I don't even see them as anything. So very disorganized group, because they do not even have a defined objective. They all happen to create the problem that we are in today. They are all happen to create the problem because they are unable, they are very intolerant to also give a concise message for which electorate can more or less listen to them if they are a pressure group. They say one thing today, the next day they say one thing, and just throws sort of red meat out there and just let everything to go ahead to scatter.
Yes, and Mr. So what I expected the COP to do was to sit down and allow the whole process to play out. When the CPP have the nomination, then they come out to endorse that single candidate. That's why I expected them to do.
Not necessarily. Okay, that's your view, and you interpret that.
But what before even the program, everybody in the place had gone to the political institution. That was they don't go to the Liberty Party. Henry Costa, he LP, endorsing Boakai now. His party, Senator has endorsed Boakai. So then, what happened to the rest of the people? And Ben Sanford one time said that Costa does not have the power unilaterally to endorse anybody. Costa took that statement, but then he came and said, well, he's as individual, he's doing it. But you are head of an institution. So you see.
So they're not different from Joy. We have to say, okay, well, today I'm not here as a president, I'm here to make fuss.
So you see how the purpose now of the COP now is being diluted, because suppose I don't support Mr. Boakai and Mr. Costa is supporting Boakai. How can we work together now? And he had thrown his support upgraded to Boakai. That's why I say I think they should have waited instead of create confusion. Where when the people have the nominee, they have a single nominee. Then you come out to say, okay, we endorse the person, we carry this person. So people will not be in the position of that institution to say, oh, you took SAR, you did that, you honor my note.
Yeah, and making an educated guess, they could have been more relevant to this process if they are keenly to watch the process to play out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and be like almost like play a super, because more or less, then the politicians, those tech actors will be forced to go to them. It's just like you have a Democratic convention here, and you find the most liberal to win. People go there to speak, move on that all. You go to the Republicans, those super PAC.
Yeah.
You go there, you organize your base, you go there and for them to speak, these various leaders. And then you're going to see you as a factor, as a group. Maybe with the numbers, you think that you can add on to any of the persons to win it, make a good argument and see whether they're going to go in your direction. But when you, the leader, you're fast and quick to jump out of the hole to say, this is where I'm going. And anybody who wants to go any place, they can go. Our people does not have the political tolerance after this here, believe me or not, END, that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Because you will not respect my view. I will not respect your view. You will not respect my opinion. I will not respect my opinion. I want you to do where I'm going, or you want me to go your way because maybe you are a senior officer. And they're going to be a harsh war is going to be coming. And you would just say, you know what, this man here, and they attack on us people for the life of the loan. That's what happens.
Yes, but you saw where Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton support us. You saw how nasty it was. You saw how nasty it was. Even they started with Joe Biden, the Bernie Sanders people. But Joe Biden were able to come and say, hey, no way, we're not going in. So this is the principle we are talking. When you form these kind of groups, as a leader, stay out of the. You can do your thing in the back, but stay out. Don't make the kind of general public pronouncement.
Hey, Mr. Akwet Baguyit, we do not have time for that. JMB all the way. Mm-hmm. So people already, they are decided.
Yeah.
People put the interest of individuals than the country. That's the dangerous path that we are walking on in Liberia. John McCain left a sick bed to vote for a specific, for an ideology, for something that he passionately believed was the right thing to do.
Yeah,
regardless whether he was going against his party. How many of our people can do that? And this is what Collie is saying here. The COP is controlled by one person, and whatever that person says, the others follow. If Costa says he's supporting Kumin now, everyone in COP will definitely go for Kumin. Good observation.
Yeah. And
because I will tell my people, this is where they should go.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Mr. So. These folks, they're not saying anything to convince me. The guy who wrote that statement, very good about Boakai, they carry Boakai all the way. But, and yes, the thing, Mr. So, we have to start doing. Let these people tell us who they are surrounded by. Because we start holding the political to tell us who is the economic advisor team, who is the political advisor, who is the security advisor. Because when you do these things, when they name these people, it will give you an insight of the kind of people that this person, when become president, they will have around them. So these are things. And to the JMB people also, I want to see Mr. Boakai telling me, or telling the Liberian people, the people that he will bring up now. Don't tell me after the convention, no. Because every party has their own group. So let Omer Boakai name his economic team. Let Boakai name his security team, the political team. Who are the people will be the economic advisor to Boakai will tell us the kind of people Boakai will bring around if he wins this nomination and if he becomes president. Because you're not going to tell me you're going to bring Amakona as a minister, economic advisor to Boga. Boga not going to tell me that.
Why he can't tell you it?
I'm not going to present how many a budget shortfall in Liberia.
So
if you tell me this is a guy that he's going to bring as an economic advisor, I turn my back because there were.
Well, then you do your own go.
Three or two budget shortfall on American. I mean, I think there was always budget shortfall. So how can the man become a co-finance minister? So these are the things we should start holding this. And the Liberian people should open their minds and ears to listen. Ask this political leader. Let them name the economic advisor team, the political advisor team, the security advisor team. They should not tell you that, oh, I have not yet won the nomination. No.
That's one of the hardcore supporter of Mr. Emery here. Atamasekwa is in his inner cycle. Okay.
That must son Emery my son there. So here's the thing here. So Mr. So this is very serious. And people should not get away with it. Because they will tell you, say, oh, I'm not your chairman. No. These are people you have around you. If you're in your political party.
Quickly here, before I ready to go here, and hopefully maybe Emery are going to join on here because this guy will be coming here.
Yeah.
If I were to ask you who is the second phase for United Party, can you call anybody name?
I do not know any political party. I do not know any of these people.
If I ask you who was the second phase for CDC, is there anybody in mind?
No, I don't know.
ALP?
I don't know.
ANC?
I don't know.
Oh.
But Mr. So, and these are the questions that I'm saying we should be asking these people. Who is the next in line? Who is the vice chairman of the political party? If the chairman cannot appear, why the vice president appear?
I don't know why this line here. I never realized came from other time. I didn't even check this phone here because I had it on Wi-Fi all of them. Emma said they are hiding their names for obvious reasons. Okay.
But you see, so, but I want these people, which the Liberian people should be asking these people now to bring out the economic team, to bring out the security team, to bring out the national security advisor team.
Yeah. I even want to know who's going to be, when you are elected, who's going to be the chief diplomat for the country? Who's going to be a foreign minister?
But that's the political people.
After the April 12 coup, Samuel Doe went inside after Baker Matthew Bill and other things, and the final things were not going the way it's supposed to go. What they do? They pivoted and they went inside the Mana River Unions and they look for a statement, Ambassador T. Honest Eastman. Because why? You needed someone to give a full representation of your country. There's somebody that would talk and country war leaders will listen. That's very, very much important.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, your country.
The last one here before we wrap up here.
Yeah, your country. Your country today, Liberia, has no representative. What do I mean by that? The foreign minister of Liberia, 11 months, had not left Liberia. And you know...
He's checking the matter. You're full of trouble too. 11. You monitor your rendezvous.
Yeah, and okay. Mr. So, this is very serious. You know, besides, after the president, the next person that travel, in fact, he traveled more alive than the president, is the foreign minister of any country.
Oh, yeah.
You know that. In Liberia, almost 11 months, the foreign minister of Liberia has not left that country.
I've been hearing from some sources from India. There has been some fight whether the president should come for the United Nations stuff, and other people say he should go virtual, so they're sort of pulling it here and there. But I think it would be a good thing for you come, and that's how you shake hands with other people and have some sort of a bilateral conversation.
3 years.
All right, my man, Joyce, we're going to leave it here this evening. Hopefully by God's willing, Wednesday. I'm not sure how my schedule loaded, but we want to see. We're going to look at it and get it done. Okay, so what are your expectations for Mr. Cummings here for Sunday?
Oh, I have a high expectation because I follow him on other platforms, and I think he will do the same thing. And we hope to see more of him. Let him pour more meat on some of the issue, on some of the bones that someone have concern with. So I'm hoping that he come in
I think I have listened to some of his interview. Very skillful when it comes to approaching question and stuff like that. But we're going to see how it plays out here on LPR because that's going to be a little bit different terrain. We're not going to go that sort of entertainment direction or amusement direction. We will want to. We're going to be pushing on some real high core, you know, policy driven, oriented way. That's what we're going to be doing here. But we're going to see how it's going to look like. What are you going to be diplomatic? Do you think he needs to go on an attack? He's always being attacked. So why he doesn't attack people?
I think maybe he tried not to. I think he tried not to get in that mud. But maybe I don't know. The way I see him, I think.
Well, he got guys, Emery, Duke, and Yad. Those are the people that are doing the work too, right? But does he need to come out himself to say, "Hey,
I know.
I need to punch somebody politically"? Does it?
Yeah, I said that he got to be forceful. He got to be forceful at certain time because, sometimes people try to define.
So since has to be seen as a strong leader or what?
Yeah, he's very firm. I think I try to talk to some people that people misjudge him from his look, but they say he's very decisive, he's very firm when he make decision, when he take decision. That he don't waver.
There's consistency in your decision, you mean?
Yeah, people that I talk to people behind the scene is very consistent, and this he brings idea, ask people, get people view before he takes a decision.
We'll see, and especially with Tuba coming on board, following the exchange of communication for us to see it, because we've been behind this whole thing here, call a lot of friends and folks to have him here. But sometimes people kind of label people, oh, maybe this place here, that's not the right place to go. But I think from what I see, the exchange in communication with his chief of staff and to get this yet. That is, I hope other people will do that. I don't know. Please, maybe you can also find out from not Dr. Ambassador Boyka. I don't know who is the communication chief or chief of staff or whatever it is.
Maybe you can talk to George Lobo then.
I have talked to George Lobo. George Lobo are yet to produce. George Lobo promised to bring Darius Dillon on this network when he was running the campaign. Darius Dillon himself try his political man to Abel Plackey, and that has not happened. So,
but Plackey, they all left the office now. So maybe the new group of people come in.
That's what happens when you don't do your due diligence and jump into this thing without asking the don'ts and do questions, and then at the end of the day, they can't eat their own baby. Pa George, I want to thank you so much for coming here. Emirates, I know you guys are going to be firing up here to support you guys. We also did an official communication that we want all institutions, folks to be represented. We already did that. They can put forward somebody to serve as a panelist. To our Gonglos, people, they are already responded. So, Liberty Party can do that. ANC can also do that. We're having those conversations so that we can have this sort of conversation proportional, so that if there's anything said about the other party, you will have somebody to always be there to counteract and make the party's positions known. Okay, well, my man, thank you so much. Good to be back here. I'm excited. I can't wait because he's a high-profile politician, and so having a dialogue conversation with him, it will be touching. So I'm still trying to put myself in order to see how we can do it, because we want to see. By the way, Radio Vanyama will be relaying that, and we're also making the network with other people, because we want these people, these politicians, messages to go on filter soil. Let people listen. Let people hear that. So hopefully, when that get right, we will. With the Radio Vanyama is already see you out, and we're working behind the scene. We're another big network to get that to really. Hopefully, it will be there. Yeah. And perhaps maybe after this exclusive, then we can go like a town hall style where ordinary Liberian, but we're not going to be opening. Like I said, I put a number out there. If you want moving as of tonight, you want to for your question, not even the analysts, the contributors, or the guests gonna have no idea about the questions. You can send the questions. The moderator, the angle will determine whether that question suit the conversation for which we're going to be having here. So I don't want people calling and instead of asking questions of substance.
But Mr. So I just strictly, if we are hosting this kind of people, the subject matter that we will be covering will be out there. And if he wants to go, if he called the goals contract, I mean, just from that, just
no, I'm not gonna do. We're not gonna do like what other people are doing. The essence of this sort of conversation is to give space for these political leaders to get that direct communication. But I will not have time. This other person call and taking us to the room where we're not going, or no. I don't want when I ask you when you're asking question, I want you to take a holistic approach to the question. Okay. Now you see your ICD question, CDC question, or your Liberty Party. No. Ask a question that has to do with the nation, what he can do, what he's breaking, or stuff like that. That's what I want to. Yeah.
Because many persons on the come on. I mean, they just take you off track completely.
Because the focus more or less it will be policy. It will be policy. And of course we're going to be discussing some other things. We still working on
this accent. What the topic we focus on?
Yeah, and that's what more or less policies oriented.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're talking about. I mean, economics.
So policy, and that goes to economic, health, education. Those are cardinal issues.
Security, all the kind of things.
We're going to be talking about. Okay, my man, Papa Joyce, I want to thank you so much for this evening. By God's willing, we're going to be back here this weekend. And as soon as I get a new day set for Minister D. Zoka Wosing, we're going to be right here with a conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Okay, well, folks, that does it this evening. I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. As usual, to all our followers, viewers, thank you so much for your time this evening. Again, the number to call to send your questions, if you want a question, because we're not going to be opening the phone line. I'm not going to crowd this place here to create like a Santa Claus here to have. No. We're gonna profile the conversation with the analysts, and they're gonna be a post discussion. They're gonna be a professional interview. I want the guy who wants to head the country. Let him be the center of gravity. Let him be the centerpiece here. Let people keep eyes so we can have that sort of connection. I'm not going to create any form of distraction where you have more than 5-10 people on the screen and they don't even know who the guest is, for people to be wondering. That's not what we're going to do here. We're going to do it differently. So by God's willing, this Sunday, if everything stays constant as it is for now, we will be hosting the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, Mr. Benedict Alexander Cummings, going to be right here on this network.
The girl was so beautiful for the eyes to behold. And the mother was the figure so bad for eyes to see. And because of this, the girl despised her mother. She told her mother, anytime you see me with my friends, find somewhere to hide until my friends have done know it. And so I thought love.
Oh my. That's the voice of Ambassador Adam Cavant, hovering to right here on the Liberia Public Radio. I want to thank our viewers and listeners right here for being part of it. Yes, this line here, we didn't check this line, came for vacation, just came running through here. So sincerely apologize the inconvenience it has caused this evening. But I can tell you, hopefully we're going to have it, everything going to be in tight as of tomorrow. If you're from Liberia, we'll say good morning. We'll say thank you for training down with us here this evening. And if you're from right here in the USA, we say good evening. Thank you so much. Let us talk Liberia. So let us talk issues of substance.
I don't know where she comes from. When her friends were gone, she went blasting and waiting and
Liberia is a crossroad. It's not a big. Okay. It reminds me of 1985 when the late Justin Fiado said it's not a beauty pageant. Presidency is a very serious business. And I see people acting like children and they did not even have the guts to bring their own to book. It's not a beauty pageant that we are. It's not a beauty pageant in here. That's a serious business. People who will represent the interests of our country, who will be the torch bearer. Seriously?
to prepare food for your papa. On my way back, the whole house was on fire. Everybody was shouting and waiting.
Oh, Mr. Name Nimland, believe me, the interview going to be firing. Or it's not going to be like one of these things here. And yeah, we're going no. We're going to ask the questions of substance. Believe me, you're going to see something.
I went through that fire, not for wedding ring. I went through that fire, not for fine clothes. I went through that fire, not to get any money. But I went through that fire to take my baby with me. That's why you see, I got much from head to toe.
All right, folks, every good thing must come to an end. Again, we changed the time. The Minister Dees Joka was in tissue being here tonight, but there was some technical problem, and so we're going to reschedule him to come here. There are a lot unfolding. We also try to reach out to the boycott force as long as we identify where our communication should be directed, who we should talk to. As long as we get all of those details, information, we will make it proportional. This is why we do not disadvantage people here. We give you the opportunity until you yourself kick the can down the road. But other than that, we are not judgmental. We give you the benefit to tell your story, to explain to your narrative. And there are key questions. There are a lot of things that we need to know exactly. Presidency is not a beauty pageant. I'm Alfonso Zian Sort of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. It's good to be back here to all our viewers and followers. If it's the first time you have never subscribed with us before, please subscribe with us at LPR in order to get that notification. Until then, have a pleasant evening. Stay safe. The virus is still around. Let's keep praying for our country. Let us do the right thing. Let us put our interests behind and put the face of the country. Because when the country is doing well, believe me or not, all of us will do well. Have a pleasant evening.